like first he said Dhritarashtrasya putraha. So all the sons of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, Dushasan, and all the others, but along with them, he also saw Bhishma, Drona, and Sutaputra. He never said Karna. All his life he said Sutaputra only. That's his bias. He would, कहते हैं ना संस्कार थे उसके. He had developed that some kind of a, uh, jealousy, or not jealousy, but they were always on the opposite side. So that dislike for Karna was very evident. And because these sanskars always, they're very powerful. They don't go away very soon. So even in that, what he saw, he didn't call it Karna. He said Sutaputra. So, but one thing I wanted to mention. So sometimes people think, especially the modern commentators, they always mention as if Sutaputra is a bad thing, that Sutaputra means he was anti-Dalit. That is how they project it. But Sut is where it is a mixture of jatis. So, so like a Brahman marrying a Kshatriya, or, the Vaishya marrying a Brahman. So that combination, the progeny of that is called Sut. So Sut is like a Varna, you can consider it that way. Even if you think about Bhagavad, who starts Bhagavad? It is Sutji. He says, Sutji is sitting, and there are a lot of rishis who are in that. So they all ask him, tell us something, about Bhagwan, or tell us, kuch sunao aap, katha sunao. So he starts off with, okay, you know what? Actually, the sadhus had come there to ask some questions, and he says, very good question. But similar question was asked by, what's his name, to Shukdev ji, the क्या नाम था यार, the main guy of Bhagavad.
Is it Parikshit Maharaj?
Parikshit ji. So he says, oh, similar question was asked by Parikshit ji. So they never said, okay, here is my answer. They said, this is what Shukdev ji told Parikshit about it. So Sut is not a, just to let you know, Sut is a respectable thing. But here, because, though he was son of Kunti originally, but when, the story of Karna, but then Adhirath and his wife Radha, they adopted Karna, so they actually named him Karna too. So, and that's why if you read Mahabharat, many times he is also called Radhe, because he is son of Radha. So just FYI. So continue on that same thought. So what is he seeing? So that's the vision of Arjun, Vaktrani te tvarmana vishanti, so they are in your mouth. Sometimes he's seeing the mouths, many mouths. So it's not like they are all entering in one mouth. There are thousands of mouths, and he's seeing them enter that. And how they are entering speedily, Tvarmana Vishanti. They are very, with a vague they are entering. Or the thing is, he's seeing a very powerful vision, which he says, Drashta Karalani. That means it's like, because you have, like, they are in your jaws, like they are in your clutch right now, that's what he is seeing. Or Bhayanakani, it is Bhayankar, it's fearful what I am seeing, and Kechid Dvilagna Dashanantareshu. So, and this is kind of very gross. He says some of them are stuck between your teeth. Like sometimes some fiber gets stuck, especially when you are eating a mango or something and it gets stuck. So some of them I can see are stuck in your teeth. But कहता है केचित द्वे लग्ना दशनांतरेषु सद संदृश्यन्ते चूर्णीते रूत मांगाए. That means and some of them are just powdered, like bilkul, you know uh, even their heads are crushed. So there is like a almost traffic jam in your mouth. They are going so fast. So in this Virata Rupa, which Arjuna is seeing, he's very scared. He says, "What is happening? I'm not able to handle this. In this Virata Rupa, because it's hard to imagine things like that. The people you are seeing in front of you are also seeing being eaten by Bhagwan. And not just." Because he had an image of Bhagwan as the sweet, smiling, always a friendly person. But here he's seeing the Vikaral Roop, because he's Kalon ke Kaal, Mahakal. So this is what is scaring him. And they are all, and he says all these body parts are getting separated. He's seeing a very terrifying visual effect. So basically Bhagwan is trying to show Arjuna of the future of the war. Hey, I'm going to take care of it anyways, because I am going to devour all the people. That's what it is. That's what Bhagwan is doing. Because it is not to please Arjuna. It is not to say that मैंने तेरा काम कर दिया. It's not like that. It is just to but to tell Arjuna that I am on the side of Dharma. You know, Um because when the war started, you know, at the time when Arjuna had asked this question about this Vishad Yoga thing, where what will happen? How will everything end up? Will I incur sin? Will I? All these things, Bhagwan is basically trying to. First, Bhagwan answered it in second chapter itself. Bhagwan gave a full description. But since Arjuna is not able to understand at that time, Bhagwan is now going slow on that. So he's showing a glimpse of what is going to happen. So uh, like in computers also, if you put in your picture and say I'm 30-year-old, and then you can say what will I look like in 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. The computer will actually transform it for you. So Bhagwan is giving him a glimpse of the future right there. So, and then he says, okay, what is happening? He also saw his own people too, the lot of people from Pandava side too, but they were on he gives it with a different example. So he's saying, Yatha nadinam bahavom vegaha. Just like the rivers, when they are flowing very fast to where? To this ocean, to the sea. That they are flowing because that's their destiny, and they lose their destiny when they reach the ocean. So that's what it's samudra meva bhimukha dravanti. So all these things are as if running like rivers towards you, who is basically and becoming you actually. That's what happens to rivers, right? There is a similar analogy given in Prashnopanishad too. Point is, Bhagavad Gita is called the Sar of Upanishads because so much information gets transferred from the Upanishads here in a very simplistic or more uh, understandable way. So So now he's seeing Tatha Twami Naraloka Viraha. All these Viras, the Naralok means from the earth, these great warriors have come. And Vishanti Vaktranaya. Uh, b- so he's saying that they are also entering you, entering your mouth. But he's saying it as if like rivers flowing in you, you know. So that's his analogy. He's seeing it in a more positive light, all his people, you know. So just as the rivers with a terrific speed, you know, they're coming immediate, you know, and then they enter the ocean. That's how he's seeing all these people entering you. And so, because, you know, as I said, the rivers lose their identity when they reach ocean. You know, they don't say, I am Ganga or I am Phalana and Kaveri or I am Narmada. They all are ocean only. You know, that's where it starts and that's where it ends. So it's all, you know, cyclic thing. Then he says, Yatha Pradiptam Jwalanam Patanga. Now, another example he gives. It's like, you know, Pradiptam is uh, like a light. The fire, pradiptam jwalanam, that just like a fire which is burning, the patanga is moths. How the moths come near the fire, they kind of gravitate towards the fire. And Vishanti Nashaya Samaradha Vega. With speed they come. It's not like casually they come. They are flying to as if they think it is a great thing to do, but they get burnt there, you know. So that's how the moths come and then they die. And tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokaha tvapi bhaktrani smradha vegaha. So with the example, he says moth, and then he says all these people, tathaiva nashaya, tathaiva, that just like same way, all these people who are of the world, they are just coming and getting burnt by you, you know. So just like the moths enter the fire and pradiptam jwalanam. So they come for their own destruction, you know. So because the flame is very tempting for them, they'll look at light and wow, you know, this is how we look at the things of the world. We say, wow, what a, you know, it's a wonderful thing to go there. But this is like almost um, it is too inviting. You know, the worldly pleasures are so inviting, but they also suck you, you know, into their um grip. Uh, so this fascination for fire, you know, this fascination for fire, tatha eva, the same way, all these people are. Now, two examples are given. So one is of the rivers entering the ocean, and the second is about the moths. Now, these two actually mean Bhagavan is trying to show that the people who are noble, the people who are following the Dharma, they are like, they come and become me only. They merge in me, you know, just like the rivers and the ocean. And the other is the people who are the wicked people, you know, the people who are, now example is of moth, you know. So these people, they just gravitate to for pleasures or whatever they think it is, but they all are burnt out, you know, they basically get destroyed. So these two examples are given in the Ram Sukhdas ji's commentary. He says the people who have the desire for things, जिनमें लेने का भाव होता है, to grab something, to take something, you know, they are the ones who are like moths. एंड जिनमें देने का भाव है, पीपल हु आर मोर गिविंग, मोर यू नो trying to uh, share and be more generous. So for them it is like rivers, so that two examples are given. Even Bhaj Govindam, there is a verse, maybe uh, Nirupama ji can remind me, Dinya Minyo Sayam Pratah Shishir Vasanto Pururayatah Kala Kridati Gacchati Vayu Tadapi na Munchati Asha Vayu. So that though we see the time going so fast, dinya minyo, day and night, then seasons are coming, seasons are going, the age is increasing, we become old, but that desire has not gone, tadapi na munchati asha vayu, so that desire, there's no end to desires, so nobody can say, okay, let me fulfill this desire, then I am done. Never happens, It's like there is an example given in Vedanta. It's like saying that let me, there is a fire burning, let me finish it by adding ghee to it. Anyways, so so it looks like they are enjoying now. Now he is even more gross, ऐसे ले ली है से ग्रसमाना समन्तात, that means with his tongue Bhagwan is almost like licking things as if he is enjoying it, जैसे कुछ खा लिया, हाँ मजा आ गया, so he's like that, so he's licking again and again, lokan samagran vadanai jwalanti, so he's almost like completely taking the all the lokas, not just bhuloka, everything, that's everything goes into his mouth only, tejo bhira purya jagat samagram, with teja is like light with the fire, or bhasastave vograha pratapanti vishnaho, he says, oh Vishnu, oh Bhagwan, what is this happening, so this is now slowly Arjun is getting very scared of what he's seeing. It's like watching a horror movie, and you don't even see an end to it. Oh Vishnu, what am I witnessing? Is so terrifying. What is that? Lokan Samagran, of things and beings, everything. Samagran means जो कहते हैं ना चर अचर, everything is getting sucked into it. So what Arjun is seeing is very confusing to him. He's not able to understand, digest, all these things, because he's seeing the ugra roop of Bhagwan, so especially when you see somebody not just eating and also licking, after he's eating. It's a totally different scene altogether. So that means nothing can escape. कहता है कुछ गिर रहा हो, मुंह से चाट लेते हैं उसको. So that's what is happening with Bhagwan here. So he's, कहते we had seen Bhagwan as a, छोटे से बाल गोपाल, just stealing some butter here and there. But here he's taking all the lokas into him, so, and seems to relish it also, so everything. So, and the fire is in the mouth, all these things are there. So I'm going a little fast now because how much can you take that? So this Virat Roop, you must have a, कहते हैं, hey Bhagwan, you have a great stomach, you are not stopping at all, So कई लोग होते हैं जो 11th चैप्टर पढ़ के सोचते हैं यार आगे नहीं पढ़ सकते, वी कैन हैंडल इट एनी मोर, इट इज टू मच. बट there is a purpose. So you have to go through the whole chapter to understand it, So, because we want to see Bhagwan as a compassionate, loving, giving, all this. But here we are seeing a very, Rudra Roop of Bhagwan, or a Ugra Roop of Bhagwan. So, and Bhagwan has given no background also. He didn't say this movie is A-rated. India, adults only. कि जरा, or that they would have a horror or something, written so that only those people who have a stomach to digest that come inside, So Bhagwan didn't give any background. He just showed him that Virat Roop. So everything is there. So this is to show the totality is how things are, It is not just the good things. All the bad things are there as well, So now Arjuna is getting frightened. He's thinking, what should I do? Bhagwan is keep showing him more and more. It's like छोटे बच्चों को डराते रहा. So Bhagwan is like in full action, So Arjuna wanted it to be over. He said, what should I do? So he says, okay, let me ask Bhagwan a question. Now, for that answering, Bhagwan will have to stop eating. so, so, so here he's now thinking, because, in the other terrifying thing that happened in our scriptures is the nursing avatar. So when nursing avatar came, he was in a very fearful way he came. He was very angry, and his face was that of a lion, and the fingernails were like huge claws that he killed. So everybody got so scared, says, what is this? Even Lakshmi ji said, I can't go near. All the devatas said, Lakshmi ji, aap, please try to pacify your husband. He's become like a monster right now. So he said, I can't go near him at this time, So then they said, okay, you know what? Prahlad can do that. The bhakta has a pure heart. He saw Bhagwan, he only saw Vishnu, So he went to Bhagwan, did his little stuti, and then Narsingh took him in his arms and put him in his lap, And then he was calm, and then everybody was did their stuti of Bhagwan at that time. So now here comes the question of Arjuna. कहता है आख्या ही मे को भगवान रूप भगवान उग्र रूप. So what is this Bhavan? What is your this ugra rupa? I don't understand. What is that? Please tell me about it. Akhya hi. I'm asking you. Please tell me. Namastute deva varah prasidah. Please be happy with me. Please be kind to me. So prasida. Prasida means please. Can you do that? Namastute. With bowed hand, he's requesting Bhagwan. He says, I have one desire. Vignatum ichhami. I have this desire to know what is this Bhagavanta Madhyam, this, oh, the Adi Roop Bhagwan, the one who is timeless, who has been there before the creation. So this Adi Roop Bhagwan, I want to understand. Nahi prajanami tav pravartim. What is your nature? What is your character here? I don't understand. I want to know. I want to experience that. Please, prasida. Please answer my question. Please tell me, who are you? Who are not just the friend of my friend Krishna, who had come as my charioteer, but this Ugra Roop, this Virat Roop, that I am not able to understand. This Ugra Roop is beyond my imagination. What is that? I want to understand that. And Krishna may have thought, Abhi, right before this, we started, you said, I have understood. My moha is gone. So it's like, oh, it's all clear to me now, Bhagwan. You don't have to tell me anymore. It's all clear. Bhagwan said, okay, let me change the channel, show you something totally different. So so now he's so scared, he's asking Bhagwan, I because earlier he said, I understand it all. Now Bhagwan says, what happened to that? With little twist, you forget. So it's like, when we start on Vedanta, start with Kindle Life, after two chapters, we think we know Vedanta. Now we start telling all our friends about it. Vedanta is so simple. थोड़ा twist आया and we are gone. So so this is what is happening to Arjuna, that he has not seen that part of Bhagwan because he wanted to see. He says, show me, you have told me about that you are this and you are that, and all the vibhutis Bhagwan listed out in 10th chapter. So his curiosity, and he said, oh, all this, why do you have to go to all of them? Just see it in my body itself, in me, they are there, all of that. So then he had that curiosity, show me, so this is what is happening because so he thought he had understood just by listening to the vibhutis. He's very clear, but now he says, I don't understand. See, like when we study this Vedanta and we are discussing, because all in favorable conditions, we are like calm and quiet and ekdam sthita prajna. कोई doubt ही नहीं है. And somebody pokes us and suddenly the gussa comes out. All the anger, because you know, we have to understand that, you know, in the totality, we don't get it. Not till that purity of mind happens, till that chitta shuddhi happens. And his chitta shuddhi was not there. He had understood, but that chitta shuddhi was not there. So Bhagwan is kind of, Bhagwan is asking, that's what he is asking Bhagwan. Tava pravartim. Tav pravartim means your nature. Tell me what is your nature, because you are in a very destructive mood right now. I can't fathom that. I'm not able to understand. So Bhagwan now starts to answer his questions. So we'll do that on Thursday. Bhagwanu Vacha. All right. We'll do conclusion and Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.